Hello, everybody. It's me, Mr. D, and good to see you guys. I'm gonna get right to the point. This is gonna be I'm gonna try to make it a quick video after I've said that before, but it doesn't always go that way. But I want to talk to you today about board games um, and how they relate to our situation with the United States. I think it was 1935, the board game Monopoly. Well, 35, yes. The Monopoly game was invented by Lizzie Maggie and a guy named Charles Darwell. But I think that Lizzie actually created the game, and I don't think at the time women could actually hold patents. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's why she had to bring on a partner, Charles. So I was looking at this game, and it's kind of ironic that it came out in 1935. In 1935, I think that's when the New Deal, Roosevelt's New Deal, actually went into effect. In other words, that we was changing our system where you had Social Security and all these other things. And I think that was the time they introduced the birth certificate and the straw man. I think 33, the IRS was found. If the Federal Reserve came out, then they got their sanction to go ahead and move forward with printing money. And I just thought about this, and I kind of put this together. When you look at the Monopoly, the board game, it's a game that's, it has a certain dimensions. It's not big enough for you to roll the dice and get on the game and move yourself and walk around on that board and land on various spots. So what they had to do was they created this board game, but they also had to create an avatar, a system whereby they can put you into this game and you could actually move around in it. And so they tethered you to a piece. Like I used to love this, the guy on a horse. My brother liked the hat. And I think my other brother liked this little dog. But anyway, so these pieces on this board would represent you. And they basically tied you to the game. And with this, the way they set the system up, you had this avatar, you roll the dice, throw it down. Next thing you know, you roll around and go around the board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You land on Park Place, or you land on something, and whatever that thing said you had to do, that's what you did. So it said, like if it was a place you could buy a house, you'd actually buy the house. If you had to pay taxes, you had to pay the taxes. Or even there was one where you went to jail. And when you have that avatar moving around that board, that avatar is a dead entity. It's just a piece of plastic or whatever. Or at the time, they were little metal pieces. I think they're even silver, So you would take that piece and you march it around the board and you land on something, and that's where you were. So let's say you landed in jail. So now you, as the authorized representative for that piece, you'd move that piece around and stop wherever it stopped. And the board may say, like if you went to jail, well, pay $500 and you can get out of jail. Well, you had to go to the bank or grab the money from the banker in the game and pay that fee so you can get out of jail. Well, I'm starting to look at this game and I'm like, this came out in 1935 to get people used to having what I would say a straw man. Because now look at it this way. You're going to play this game on a much bigger scale called the United States. And the United States, that's the year, 1935, when they came out with the New Deal, they began to create these, what they call dead entities that attach to you, which is your straw man. So now you're playing this same game on a bigger board that you can actually get on and walk around. But that avatar is no longer on that board by itself. You're attached to it. So you're walking around, every day you get up, you wake up in the morning, and that's rolled in the dice. You go to your job, whatever, and things just happen during that day. But that avatar is always with you. And whatever that avatar does, you're going to be responsible for it. So if it does something to get put in jail, then you are going to go to jail, not the avatar, because the avatar is actually a piece of paper, which is a birth certificate. And that's how they were able to tether you to this straw man. So whatever happens on that board to the avatar happens to you in real life. And if you're just playing a game, like if you're just playing Monopoly, you know, the avatar moves around, and whatever happens to it happens to it. But when you step over into the United States and play this game, now whatever happened to the avatar happens to you. So how do you detach yourself from that avatar? And that's what this game is all about. Until you understand how to detach yourself from that avatar and still use it in this game, you are going to be trapped. You're going to end up places you don't want to be. So you ask yourself, how do you do that? Well, the United States runs on contracts, and there are all kinds of contracts out there. And sometimes you fall into a contract and don't even know you're in one, which is a void contract, but you don't know it's void, and you go along with it. So in the United States, they give you this dead entity that represents you, the straw man. And it's a corpse, it's a corporation, it's dead. And that entity goes around on the board of the game of life in the United States, and it does all these different things, but yet they hold you as a surety for it. So if that avatar gets in trouble, you pay the price. So because United States is based on contracts, what do? What you need to do is to change the contract, rebut the contract, or let them know that you are not the avatar. You are separate from the avatar, but you represent that avatar. You are the authorized representative for it. And whatever that avatar does, that's what the avatar does, even though you are in control of that avatar. But you remove yourself from the responsibility of that avatar. But they need you to play this game because that's how they make their money. So I just kind of wanted to run that past you because I thought about that the other day, and I'm saying, wait a minute, when I taught my kids in school how, you know, how this country actually, how it really works, or corporation, how it really works, we use a scenario like this. And it just kind of gives you an idea of how to play this game. And that's what I think is so important when you're dealing with the United States. You have got to know the game. Like, for instance, how many of you guys know that our federal post office is not federal? It's a privately owned company by a group of people. It's privately owned. What else? You can think of our highway system. There's a group of people that actually own toll roads, and you don't know that. You just think that, you know, the city will tax you and you build this road, and then because you built the road, now you get to use it. Well, no, there's somebody else. You build that road, they sell that road to somebody else, and now they collect the taxes, the fees to pay that person out of Italy for, you know, use of that road. So just think about that. You know, this country or this corporation is not what you think. And the better you know, I mean, the more you know, the better off you are when you're playing this game. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say, Mr. D, Mr. D's classroom. Happiness is a choice, so choose to be happy. And you are what comes after I am. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.